everybody. I'm Mark McLean, and I'm glad you're here. I wanted to preface our shave of the day for today just a little bit. I wanted to talk prior, prior to just going on with my shave about this Durham Green. Smells nice. Durham Green is from Soap of the Gods, Van Ulay Soaps. Monica Gillum makes this stuff, and it really does smell nice. It's some great smelling shaving soap. As far as anything else goes, we'll find out in just a little bit. There's a little bit of background that I really thought would be cool to tell you guys about before proceeding with the shave of the day, about Durham Green. Now, it's like I said, it does smell good. It has very green notes, quote unquote, very green notes, as if you're walking in through the brush or the field, for example, or the forest. And also, it's got some smooth tobacco scent as well. I say tobacco, not like pipe tobacco, cigars, or anything like that, or cigarettes. No, I mean like similar to the tobacco flower, the tobacco plant's flower on top. If you've ever used any shaving soap with tobacco scent, then that's what you recognize automatically. It's really awesome. Now, this soap has some good ingredients in it. We'll go over those first, and then I'll tell the little story that I find so interesting. It's got argan oil in it, which is excellent. When you use it in shaving soap, it's got a really rich compositions, and the oils are very nutritious for your skin. It includes vitamin E and omega-6 fatty acids called linoleic acid, and that has anti-inflammatory properties too, which also makes it healthy for the skin. It has Abyssinian oil, which provides layers of moisture as well as quality oil. Its unique properties help to form an effective barrier against your skin to keep it from drying out, more or less. It sort of also adds like a little glow, or I guess a luster, you would say, to some dull or lifeless skin, if that's what you've got. It also has coconut fatty acids, which is an excellent lathering benefit and conditioning. It's great for that when used in the shaving soap. It also has stearic acid, aloe vera, coconut fatty acid, castor, glycerin, potassium hydroxide, coconut, basu, emu, manteca, olive, argan, Abyssinian oils, kokum, cocoa butters, calendula extracts, polyquats, sodium lactate, allantoin, silica, liquid silk, tobacco, absolute, bentonite clay, and fragrance. Now that makes up a good scent. Very green notes and smooth tobacco for Durham Green. Now, this is the story that's provided that I think is really interesting that comes with Durham Green, and this is why I preface the shave of the day with this little story. All right, Durham Green. Now, if you think back when they had the war, Union and Confederate armies, they were regularly traded tobacco for coffee. They were trading all the time. They were good people at trading. In fact, I think I was alive in another life, and I learned how to trade from those guys. I ended up doing some trading in my life, and that's how I end up with so many knives these days, because I do a lot of trading. I like trading. It's fun. But back in those days, the Union and Confederate armies, they regularly traded tobacco for coffee and various other goods that they needed. You know, they always seemed to have a little extra tobacco. Not sure where they would get it. Maybe they would confiscate or harvest it when they walked past some farmers' fields, but they would always do some trading for all kinds of various goods throughout the Civil War. Now, back in North Carolina, over in Durham Station, North Carolina, the end of the war is approaching, okay? Soldiers on both sides go around to these farmers' tobacco crops in their fields, and they raid the farmers' tobacco crops and just, take a little bit here and there and have themselves a nice little smoke a little later on down the road. Just sort of passing the time as they waited for a surrender to be completed. And so finally, after returning home, the same soldiers that we're talking about wrote back to request more of that tobacco from that farmer where they had borrowed or stolen from Mr. John Green. Now, John Green, they say, was happy to oblige them, and he sent them several containers of bright leaf tobacco, which reportedly did have a much milder taste than the tobacco that they usually found back in those days. Now, W.T. Blackwell was a partner with Mr. Green, and they formed what was called the Bull Durham Tobacco Company, which is very famous. The name Bull Durham is said to have been taken from the bull on the British Coleman mustard, which Mr. Blackwell mistakenly believed was manufactured in Durham, England. And from 1874 to 1957, Bull Durham Tobacco, the first truly national tobacco brand, was manufactured in Durham, North Carolina. So there's the story that goes with it. Some very green notes, as if you were walking in through the field or the brush, or maybe even a forest for that matter, along with some smooth tobacco. Get the finest shave, they say, with the finest oils and butters in Durham green, and your skin will be softer than when you first tried it on, of course. So we will find out. In fact, we're getting ready to do that right now with the shave of the day. So stay tuned. Thank you, guys. Hi, I'm Mark McLean. The shave of the day brings out some good scent today. Durham Green from Soap of the Gods and Van Ulay Soaps. This is a sample that I've got, and I can't wait to try it. It smells wonderful. Strong, like a very, very strong green scent mixed with some awesome smelling tobacco. When I say tobacco, it's not like you open up a pack of cigarettes and you whiff it. It's not like that, for those of you that are just starting out and wondering. It's more like the tobacco flower itself off the plant, in my interpretation. That's how I see it, okay? And everybody, interprets it differently, I'm sure. But this really has some strong green scent to it, like walking through a fresh field of tobacco and actually smelling the green coming up from the ground right up into your nostrils. I mean, smelling the field itself, and it's amazing. And as you probably just heard in the little speech I gave prior to coming on and doing the shave, there's a cool little story that goes behind this particular Durham Green scent. Mr. Green, no relation. Hunter Green is just a stage name that I used in radio the last 10 to 12 years, I think, of my broadcast career. And I was in broadcasting from 1977 to 2005. And I did radio and local cable TV access. And had a lot of fun out of life. Didn't work a day of my life when you do something you enjoy. All right, I'm taking this out just like that. I'm going to put it in the bottom of my bowl. I'll probably have a lot left over of this wonderful scent, and that's okay. I've already applied some pre-shave, if you can notice my face glistening somewhat. Beaver Woodwright is the brand of pre-shave oil I'm using today. And this stuff is nice. I like the scent. Sweet almond oil, olive oil, castor oil, grapeseed oil, tea tree oil, and fragrance. And it smells nice, like I said. The brush I'm using today is the 30mm knot. A beautiful retro classic from Deluxe Shaving. Love this brush. First time to use it. And it doesn't smell like it did. It doesn't smell like a wet badger, a dead wet badger like it did before. It smells actually pretty decent. The razor I'm using today is an Otto Roth Gillette. Look at that. The hollow body, long hollow body, comb through style. It's a nice razor. And I'm using some feather blades today. That's the blade I've got installed. The Otto Roth razor, you ever heard of that? Sort of an interesting story, and I've already told it till I'm probably boring everybody about it, so I won't go into it or delve into it, but I will put a little description down below in case you'd like to read about the Otto Roth history and how he came, or they became known with Gillette. Okay? Right now, I have already soaked my bristles, and that's one of the main things you have to do while using this brush. And I'm just going to do it like that just to get the water out. I'm not going to wring it out. I don't want to do that. All right, just starting to load from the brush, and we do have to load a lot, so I'm going to dip it just a little bit more, get some water stirred up here, because this is the kind of brush that's going to require a lot of soap. You really have to fill this brush with some soap. If not, they say all of the soap will go into the core of the brush, and it will not have any soap on the tips. And we don't want that, do we? So we're just going around and around and mixing it up, this big 30mm knot. Haven't even got it all wet yet or completely soapy yet. The kind of brush that it may use all of that little sample. You never know. Have enough for 15 or 20 shaves later. I'll just go ahead and put some on. Look at that. Man, and I was surprised, I still am actually, because this brush has a lot of backbone to it. Wow, that's a good soap. Monica Gillum does a great job though, so I didn't expect anything less, you know. I'm going to continue loading up my brush. It's just really a good, strong, scented soap. Wow. I love this brush. I'm serious, I do. Look at that. I have enough soap in this brush to lather 4 or 5 more faces and have plenty left over. Oh well, that's okay. I don't care. That's what it's all about. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy myself. My wife surprised me today with some candy. I had a big old heart. I had a heart on. Ooh. A heart on my bed in there with a bunch of candy in it. Yes. It was surprising. I didn't expect it because we had agreed to not do anything for one another. And she walks in and has a big heart full of candy for me. You know, one of those big ones. And I surprised her because even though we both were in agreement upon not doing anything for each other, that was more or less a scheme to be able to surprise one another, because her prize, one of her presents arrived in the mail from UPS shortly after, within about 20 minutes after she gave me the heart full of candy. Her present arrived. It was a box of chocolate dipped cherries. And I can't think of the name of the company. Angie's Candies or something like that. I'm not sure. They didn't pay me enough money to brag on them in public, so I'm not worried about it. They didn't give me a big discount. Man, there's a lot of soap here today. And I love it. Look at this. Gosh. Man, that's just tremendous. I'm slinging soap everywhere. gobs, I mean just gobs of lather. That's wild. I love it though. It's awesome. Okay, let me rinse my hand off so I can do some shaving today. Anyway, I was going to say that so one part of her prize arrived, the chocolate dipped strawberries, and within about an hour later, FedEx showed up with a dozen long stem roses. Nice, I like that. And then the roses came out, and one of them was broken about 6 inches down on the stem. And so I noticed that some of the roses had some black growing around the tips. Anyway, they send this email thing out and everything, and you're supposed to fill it out, and you're supposed to call and let them know how things went. So I just told them basically, one of the roses was broke about 6 inches down, and some of the others had black on it. I just wanted them to know. I told them I wasn't complaining because I don't usually complain. And they said, oh, well, that's not a complaint. I said, well, good. I didn't want you to take it as one. They said, no, that's something we take serious. We're going to send you another dozen tomorrow. I said, what? No. That's the way it is. We just take care of our customers. Proflowers.com. And evidently they are pro. Just like this razor. And I told the girl, I said, I'm not the kind of person that complains about stuff like this. I'm not wanting to complain. She said, you don't have to. We wanted to know how it turned out. And if that's how it turned out, she said, we want it to be right. So we're sending you some more. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Good company when they do that. You've got a good company you're dealing with. Going underneath the beard line to do a little trimming here. Man, this is an awesome razor. I knew it was because everybody told me that it would be. When I got to use it, I would be surprised. And man, they're right. Awesome brush, awesome razor, awesome soap, awesome blade inside. It's hard to beat a feather blade, I love them. One of my top choices for double-edged razors. That's awesome stuff right there. Monica Gilliam from Vanulay Soaps, Soap of the Gods. If I didn't like this soap, I would tell you. And I have no bad news to tell you. It's great stuff. It is. Going to do the upward pass now. And I like the comb through because anytime I need to do a little trim up on my beard, that's what I use. That way you can get close to the beard line without cutting your beard or whiskers too bad. Just more or less thin it out, somewhat. That is excellent. See how I'm thinning that out? It's just getting the long hairs that are wild hairs, as I call them. The stragglers. And my grandson, Logan, has karate today. But it's snowing outside, so I'm not sure Papa is going to be able to take him. I mean, it's coming down pretty good. A lot of snow. All right. Now going for the upward pass. I really have gotten used to using a straight razor, which is surprising for me. Never thought I would become good at using a straight razor. Doing across the grain. Checking for any spots. Good trim job today. You can hear him in the background playing. I think that area is pretty nice right there. Just checking, you know, across the grain. Great for shaving above your lip. The way I like to do it, drag the comb like that, and it sort of gets any wild hairs off the top. And then, see there? Like that. And it just sort of thins them out. Perfect razor for thinning out beard. If you have a beard, that's the one to use. And I am finished. That's it, baby. I'm serious. Quick shave today. I had no idea it would be so fast. But it was. Excellent razor. Excellent blade. Excellent soap. Excellent brush for sure. Great smell. It makes you happy to enjoy a good shave like that. It does me anyway. Okay. Just going to, excuse me, check. I thought I felt something. One spot. Yeah, there it is right there. Just a little dry shave over it. It was just a spot. Let's see, one more somewhere. There it is. I'm right in that vicinity there. So, hi, honey. What's this? You gotta pee?
Gotta pee.
I knew it. Told her, I'm gonna go shave, honey. 15 minutes later, the kidneys go. Well, not really, but you know. So what do you think of your Valentine's Day present?
Awesome, honey.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wasn't that nice?
How about you?
I loved it. Thank you. And see, we said we weren't going to do it for each other. That was just a trick.
Just
wasn't
the
it?
guitars.
Just a trick. Yeah, we just got guitars. I have 2 guitars. She got repaired for me. So I'm all clean shaven.
Well, good.
Yeah. All I'm going to do now is put on some of this Ginger's Garden Southern Fougere aftershave. I have a little of this from the pass around that I'm going to put on. Smells nice. Can you smell me?
It smells good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
What
I
is
like that. It's Ginger's Garden Southern Fougere or Fougere aftershave.
And some of that there toilet water.
Toilet water, right? And some Nivea for men aftershave balm, cooling aftershave balm. It's great. You might want to use some of that on your legs. It does a good job. Revitalize, refresh, and bring your legs back to where they should be. And it doesn't really have a strong smell. It's
Not bad.
for sensitive skin too, in case you'd like to try it out. Some awesome smelling soap today from Monica Gilliam, Soap of the Gods, and Vanulay Soaps. I like this. Durham Green. Thank you guys for watching. Get out and pay it forward when you get the chance. Have a happy Valentine's Day, all you men and ladies, okay? Peace.